And then, it shows the balance of the controlling account. And then, subsidiary ledger, the breakdown of the balances of controlling accounts. So, pag sinabi po natin na general ledger, okay, so let's say for example, okay, let's say for example, ang general ledger, ang pinaka-controlling account natin is accounts receivable. Okay? Sa accounts receivable, isang general ledger na po 'yon, ano? Ang accounts receivable. Kaya lang, you have to break down, okay? You have to break down kung kanino galing yung accounts receivable na 'yon. So parang ganito, ano? Nagbenta ka ng kwek-kwek and you have a total credit sales. Okay? Ako total credit sales of 5,000 pesos, let's say for example. May credit sales ka. Ibig sabihin, sinabi sa credit sales, debit accounts receivable, debit accounts receivable, credit sales. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, utang. Inutang sa'yo. Okay? Yung benta mo, ano? So, accounts receivable mo is 5,000. So, you have to, parang it's not enough na malaman mo lang na accounts receivable na 5,000. Okay? So, possible kasi na nanggaling yon sa iba't ibang customer. That can be 3,000, that can be 3K mula kay A, 2K mula kay B, and 1K naman mula kay C. And then 1K mula kay C. Okay, so possible na yung 5,000 mo nang galing sa iba't ibang customer. So yung subsidiary ledger is AR customer A. Tapos subsidiary ledger, pangalawang subsidiary ledger is AR customer B, and then AR customer C. So ganun po yung sinasabi natin subsidiary ledger. So transactions in the subsidiary ledger are summed or combined into one general ledger account. Okay? So now, punta po tayo dito sa transactions exercise. Now, nagbenta ka ng kwek-kwek, okay, to customer who promised orally to pay next year. So, anong klaseng saang journal mo siya ira-record? Okay? So, sa sales journal po siya ira-record, ha? Kapag nakabenta ka, tapos, ang pagkakabenta mo ay ayan, bakit gano'n? Nakabenta ka, orally, okay? Binenta mo sa customer, babayaran daw next year, okay? So, that is sales on account. So, saan natin nire-record yan? Sa sales journal. Okay? And then, nakabenta ka ng kikiam. And then, immediately pay the price. So, saan natin i-record yan? Sa nakatanggap ka ng pera. Okay? Immediately. So, ibig sabihin, i-record natin yan sa cash receipts journal. Kahit na nakabenta ka pa. Okay? Kasi yung doon sa sales journal, ang nire-record lang doon ay on account. Okay? So, in your salon business, your friend customer promised in writing to pay the hair rebond next week. Okay? So, meron ka salon business, in writing, okay, may notes, receivable ka doon sa friend mo. Okay? So, saan po natin nire-record yan? Okay? Hindi po sa sales, hindi rin po sa cash receipts dahil wala ka naman natanggap na pera. So, nire-record natin yan sa general journal. Okay? So, wala siya sa sales, wala siya naman sa disbursement kasi nakatanggap ka, no? Sa general journal po natin nire-record yan. Now, you bought barbecue inventories for your small business and immediately paid it in cash. Immediately paid in cash, bumili ka. Okay? So, hindi siya utang. Okay? Kasi binayaran mo agad. So, that is sa cash disbursement journal. Okay? So, those are the example exercise kung saan natin i-record. Ano? And then, now, okay. Punta po tayo dito sa double entry system. Now, this is an example of, ayan, general journal po yan. Okay? So, ano ngayon nire-record natin sa general journal? Again, those transactions not recorded in special journal. Okay? So, transactions in general journal are recorded chronologically. Pag sinabing chronologically, okay? Arranged by dates. Okay? So, meaning, arranged by date sila, sunod-sunod. Okay? Kung sa sunod-sunod na pangyayari. And these are the journal entries. Okay? Ito yung debit. Ito yung credit. Okay? Pag sinabi nating debit, yung value received. Okay? So, left side ng T account yan, or ng ledger. Okay? So, left side ng general ledger. Okay? And then the right side is the credit, which refers to the value parted with. Sabi ko nga, lahat ng transactions are recorded in the accounting records using the double entry system. Okay? Which is the most acceptable, okay, accounting system as compared with single entry system. Okay? So, yung single entry system kasi, it contains only essential descriptions of business transaction events using the cash book or checkbook. Kumbaga, ang single entry system ang ginagamit po natin dyan ay yung cash basis accounting. Okay? Ang double entry system, ang ginagamit po natin ay accrual basis accounting. Okay? Which is more acceptable. Okay? So, very simple lang kasi ang single entry system. So, parang ginagamit niya lang yun, no? Nire-record niya lang yung inflows and outflows of cash lang. So, ang ginagamit niya ng system is cash basis. Kung kailan ka nakatanggap ng pera or kailan lumabas ang pera, doon nagkakaroon ng effect. Kung kailan nagkakaroon ng effect sa cash, doon mo lang siya i-record. So, yun po yung sinasabi natin cash basis. So, ang double entry, it adopts the accrual basis again. At pag may natanggap kang cash or wala, okay? So, kailangan mong i-track yung AP, AR, yung AP, accounts payable, yung accounts receivable, and inventory. So, sa single entry system, hindi mo matatrack yung mga yan. It's not possible. Kasi nga, inflows and outflows of cash lang. Eh, paano kapag utang? Eh, di, wala ka ng record. Okay? So, mahihirapan kang i-track siya. Okay? So, normally, ang single entry system ay ginagamit lang po. Okay? Kapag yung business records ay incomplete. Okay? So, cash receipts and disbursements lang siya during the period. Walang specific accounts for receipts and disbursements that are to be debited and credited. So, it's just a mere description. Okay? So, kung naman na-notice nyo, opening balance for the month, purchase of supplies. Okay? So, wala siyang debit and wala siyang credit. Hindi mo alam kung ano yung kabangga ng mga yan, kung ano yung affected na ibang accounts. Okay? So, ganun lang po ang single entry system. Kaya, ang ginagamit po natin is double entry system. Now, okay? Now, to proceed, ito po yung sinasabi nating, mukha bang familiar yung mga transactions? Okay? Naging assignment niyo yan, hindi ba? Okay? So, double entry system ang gagamitin natin ngayon dyan. Di ba, ang assignment nyo lang is i-post lang yan sa accounting equation. Okay? So, instead na, itong mga to, no? Instead na A to J, okay, ginawa nating dates para chronological ang nangyari sa mga transaction. Okay? So, I will be illustrating this using the Excel file. Okay? Sa i-record natin, okay, using the double entry system ang mga transactions na to. And then at the same time, ipopost po natin sa T accounts, which is, sabi ko nga before, a simplified general ledger. Okay? So, using Microsoft Excel, i-illustrate ko po ito. Okay? So, wait for a while. Okay, I will use Microsoft Excel to illustrate the account. Okay, I mean, to illustrate the transactions. Okay, so somehow, baka may matutunan din kayo. Then, if you can see, okay, dito sa kanan, ano, nakikita yung cursor ko. Okay, so, nandito po yung mga transactions. Okay, so, i-move ko lang to. Okay, nandito yung mga transactions, ano? Okay, so this is an example of a general journal. Okay, let us assume na lahat ng transactions, so, hindi nyo na muna gagamitin yung sales journal, purchases journal, cash disbursement journal. So, for example, dito sa general journal, i-record natin lahat ng transactions na ito. Okay? By the way, in real life, my dear, ang mga transactions na to, hindi po binibigay in real life. But theoretically, sa mga libro, binibigay po ang mga transactions na yan. But in real life, let's say for example, September 1. The owner invested cash in the business amounting to 100,000. Hindi yan binibigay. Ikaw ang aalam, ikaw ang mag-a-analyze, ikaw ang mag-a-identify. Paano po? By looking at the source documents. Okay? So, let's say for September 1, ano ang source documents mo yan? Deposit slips. Okay? Deposit slips. Dineposito ng may-ari yung 100,000 sa account ni Sheila Ling Salon Business. Okay? So, makikita mo, merong deposit slip. Ayun ang pinaka-attachment. No? Deposit slip or, let's say, bank account. Okay? So, ayun yung pinaka-source document. I-record mo ngayon yan. Paano mo ngayon i-record yan? Now, sa bawat transaction, sa bawat business events, okay? Sa bawat business transactions, okay, dapat nagbibigay ng chart of accounts yung company. So, ito po yung chart of accounts, ano? Yung chart of accounts, yung listahan ng account names na ginagamit ng company. Again, sabi ko, sa bawat company, meron pong thousands of chart of accounts. Okay? Minsan, mas marami, thousands, hundreds, thousands na chart of accounts. Pero these are the most common. So, maliit na business lang tayo, no? Kasi nga, focus natin, sole proprietor. Okay? So, now, ito po ang chart of accounts na gagamitin natin. Ayan yung pinaka-clue natin. Diyan natin kukunin yung account names at account titles na gagamitin natin sa pag-record ng transactions, mga my dear. Okay? Now, for September 1 transaction, the owner invested cash in the business amounting to 100,000. So, paano natin i-record yun? Again, doon sa accounting equation, okay? Di ba merong positive na 100,000 sa cash? Okay, sa assets portion, merong positive na 100,000. And then, meron ding positive na another 100,000 doon sa capital portion o doon sa owner's equity. Okay? Balanse ang accounting equation. Okay? So, for now, okay, i-record natin siya. I-journalize natin siya. Okay? So, ano ang maapektuhan? Ano ang mag-i-increase? Debit. The owner invested cash in the business amounted to 100,000. Siyempre, nakatanggap siya ng cash. Saan nanggaling ang cash na account? Nandito po sa account title. Okay? Kung anong ginamit na account title, kung cash on hand yan, kung cash in bank, yun ang gagamitin mo. Cash lang ang binigay. Okay? Sa PR, ano ang nilalagay? Yung account number. Okay? So, pagkano mo siya i-debit? Kung magkano po siya, kung magkano yung ni-record na transaction. Kung magkano yun nasa source document. Okay? That is 100,000. And then, another 100,000 sa credit. Ano ang amount, ano ang account credited? Sabi ko nga, that is owner's equity. Okay, so let's say, let us use the Sheila Ling Capital account. Okay? Kung ano yung ginamit, ano? Sheila Ling Capital. Okay, so 100,000. So, ganun po mag-record ng transaction. So, ilalagay po natin yung description, ano? To record the initial investment of the owner. Next transaction. Okay? September 3. Purchase equipment for cash amounting to 30,000. So, mamaya, itong mga to, ipopost natin yan. Okay? I-move ko to dito, ano? Okay? Ipopost natin yan sa T accounts. Ito po yung mga T accounts. Okay? Ito yung mga T accounts. Now, actually, naka-formula yan. Finormula ko, ano? So, 100,000. Okay? So, naka-formula na yan. Meron ng 100,000 na debit siyan. Okay? And then, Sheila Ling Capital, may 100,000. If you can see, merong nasaan yung Sheila Ling Capital. Okay. Hindi pa siya naka-formula. Sheila Ling Capital, 100,000. Okay. So, sinabay ko na yung posting, ano? Okay. Now, journal entries number 2. September 3, purchase equipment for cash amounting to 30,000. Nag-purchase ka ng equipment, nadagdagan ang asset. Anong gagamitin mong account name, account title? Tumingin ka doon, walang iba kundi equipment. Okay? So, debit, equipment. Magkano yun? Ang transaction, that is September 3, that is 30,000. And then, credit, the same amount, of course. Okay? So, that is purchase equipment for cash. So, that is cash. Okay, credit. Naka-indent yan, ano? So, i-click nyo lang ito, ano? Para mag-move. Okay? So, yan ang galing dyan. Yan dyan. Tapos, kinlik ko na ng ganyan. Okay? And then, cash, 30,000. To record, purchase of equipment. Cash purchase of equipment. Ano ba yan? Okay, so 30,000. Next, September 5. Ako, bilisan ko ng konti. Ano? Purchase inventories through credit amounting to 35,000. Ano ulit ang nadagdagan? Asset. Again, ito mga nadidito na sa PR. Ano? Ito po yung mga account number nila. Okay? Ng mga account titles, ng mga account name. Okay? Nandoon sa chart of accounts. Okay? So, September 5, purchase inventories through credit amounting to 35,000. Okay? So, that is debit. Ano i-debit natin? Inventories. Nandoon sa chart of accounts. And then, credit. Cash ba? Credit. Okay? Through credit. Ibig sabihin, utang, no? So, that is accounts payable. Okay? Ang accounts payable is a liability. Okay? So, that is how much? That is 35,000. Okay? Next. This is to record the inventories, the purchase of inventories on account. On account. Okay. So, September 6, purchased furnitures amounting to 30,000, made partial payment with cash 10,000, and incurred accounts payable for the balance of 20,000. So, nag-purchase ka ng furniture, nakadagdag, i-debit natin. Okay? Kasi because furniture is an asset, anong ginamit na account title? Furnitures and fixtures. Debit. Furnitures and fixtures. And then credit. That is September 6. That is made partial payment with cash. Okay, nabawasan yung cash mo. Credit yan, naka-indent ha. Kapag naka-indent, kapag kapantay ng furnitures and fixtures, debit yon, debit din. And since naggawa ka ng, nabigay ka ng partial payment, which is 10,000 pesos, at ang sabi, ang halaga ng furnitures and fixtures is 30,000. And then, yung balance daw is 20,000. So, ano po yung 20,000 na yun? That is accounts payable. Kasi utang mo po siya. Okay? So, 20,000. Next, September 8. So, this is to record purchase of furnitures and fixtures. Furnitures and fixtures. Okay, so ayun na yun. Furnitures and fixtures kasi cash on account. Okay, September 8, paid cash the local government for business permit 4,000 pesos. Nagbayad ka ng cash, so definitely, nagbayad ka ng cash, may credit ka kagad na cash. Magkano yon? That is 4,000 pesos. Okay? And then, anong ginamit na account title na possible na gagamitin natin? That is license and permits. That is an expense account. And permits. Okay? That is 4,000 pesos. Okay? To record payment of license business permit. Okay, September 12, made sales of 15,000, 10,000 represents cash, and 5,000 represents credit sales. Okay? So, nakabenta ka. Ibig sabihin, meron na kagad tayo dyan na sales na credit. Okay? Kasi ayun yun, no? Yung pinaka-revenue account niya. Sales. Okay? Ang ginamit niya na account. And then, ano yung code nun ng sales? Hindi ko na ilagay dito. So, 401. And then, ano pa? Doon sa September 12 transaction, made sales of 15,000. 10,000 represent cash daw. Cash, 10,000. And then, 5,000 credit sales. Accounts receivable po. Yan. Naka-debit din. Okay? Because accounts receivable is an asset account. Okay? So, previously, sabi ko nga, that has a normal balance of debit. Okay? So, 10,000 that is 5,000. So, dapat, syempre, balance ito. Dapat 15,000 po yan. Okay? Sobrahan yung 0. And then, this is to record cash and credit sales. Okay? September 22. Ano po yung transaction natin na September? The owner withdrew 10,000. Okay? Sabi ko nga, okay, so tumingin ulit sa chart of accounts, gamitin natin kung ano yung account title na ginamit. Nag-withdraw siya. Okay? So that is, ang normal balance ng drawing account is debit. Shilaling drawing. Kasi nga, sabi ko, binabawas yan sa owner's equity. Okay? And then, 10,000 pesos. That is 10,000 pesos. And then, credit cash. Kasi nabawasan ng cash ng business mo. Ginamit yan sa personal. Okay, sa personal transactions. Kumuha ka ng cash sa business mo. To record owner's drawing. And then next, September 22. September 24, rather. So, pay the accounts payable in September 6. So, alam ba yung accounts payable ng September 6? Ito po yun, no? Okay? 20,000 accounts payable ng September 6. Babayaran mo daw ngayong September 24. So, since naka-credit previously, okay, ang accounts payable mo ng 20,000, babayaran mo ngayon. Kapag nababawasan ngayon, ang accounts payable, which is a liability account, anong ginagawa po natin? Dinidebit po natin, ano? Okay, so accounts payable, debit, and then credit cash. Magkano nga yung binayaran? 20,000. To record payment of account. Okay? So, next, September 26. Okay, collected 2,500 of the 5,000 credit sales in September 12. So, September 12, out of 5,000, nakolekta mo yung 2,500 lang. Ibig sabihin, again, i-record natin magkano yung nakolekta? Cash. Nakareceive ka ng cash eh. So, kaya dapat, i-debit mo yung cash. That is 2,500 only. And then, ano pa? Okay? Naka-receive ka ng cash. And then, this is from September, ang sabi, September 12 transaction, as in September 12. Okay? Accounts receivable mo. Accounts receivable yon. Naka-debit yon previously. Kasi nga, asset yon. Ngayon, nabawasan na yon accounts receivable mo. Kaya, dapat, i-credit mo yung accounts receivable mo ng 2,500. Okay? So, ma'am, nasaan yung 5,000? Okay? So, ang mangyayari niyan, kapag na-post na yan sa T-accounts, previously, noong September 12, meron kang, September 12, meron kang 5,000 na accounts receivable. And then, noong September, this is September, ayan. This is not September 12, nagbayad ka eh. Okay? Noong September 26, okay? This is September 26, nagbayad ka ng 2,500. Nag-credit ka ng 2,500. Okay? Nabawasan siya, 2,500 na lang. Okay? So, that's it. Mamaya, babalikan natin yung T-accounts na yun, ano? Inuuna ko lang to kasi mas mabilis para sa akin. Iba kasi sabay. Okay? So, pagka-record, ipopost. Okay? So, let's say, for example, okay? Dinebit yung cash, credit yung capital, ibaboss mo, i-debit mo yung cash, 100,000, i-credit mo yung capital. Sa akin kasi, ako yun, ano? Ang ginagawa ko, nire-record ko na muna, bago ko siya i-post. Okay? Nire-record ko muna, bago ko siya i-post, saka ko siya iti-tick mark. Alam mo yun, i-check ko, na-record ko na ito, na-record ko na ito, na-record ko na ito, na-record ko na ito, iti-tick mark ko siya, i-check ko siya. Okay? So, mamaya balikan natin, gawin natin yan, ano? Okay? So, next is, this is to record collection of accounts. Collection from customers. Okay? Now, September 28 transaction, paid employee 10,000 pesos. Ibig sabihin, nagbayad ka sa employee, salary nila yun, ano? Sweldo nila yun, ano? So, gagamitin natin, again, tingin tayo sa chart of accounts, that is salary expense. Debit, salary expense. And then, credit cash. Nagbayad ka eh. So, that is 10,000 pesos. Okay? To record payment